Alright, so today we're gonna discuss the Raajneeti poster, and it is the first one we're doing, and it's a good one to start with because it's a highly flawed poster, and I think we should enjoy this. Joining me is Flying Rodent. So, Flying, initial impressions. What do we have? We have. I feel it's a very familiar poster. What do you say?
Of course, we've been seeing these posters since the 60s. Okay, you have a bunch of stars in your movie. Okay, just plaster them on right in our face and morph them over each other, which is very interesting so that you do not miss a face. Thank God they at least not put the names of the actors above their heads because that's what was expected as well, right? You should have had Rampal, Patekar, Kapoor, Kaif, Devgan, Bajpayee, and Shah, or as they do in Hollywood movies, right? And thanks, we know these people star in the film, but we could have read that in the credits, and we all knew who was in this film. But of course, you have all these stars and you've shelled out a lot of money to have them in your movie, so might as well just sell them to the audience. But okay, let's just 1 second. Okay, it's Raajneeti, right? It's supposed to be a big film, and okay, we can say it's a big film with all the actors there. It also reminds me of the Jani Dushman poster starring Arman Kohli, which had every actor in Bollywood. Okay, they were standing somewhat like this, one
It's not just
over
Jani.
the other. K3G had a very similar poster with a family portrait happening, and so
Yeah, it's not only these two films. I mean, I can remember a whole bunch of them. Even Sholay had a similar poster
Sholay,
at some
Shan,
point.
just
And almost every B Hollywood film, even now, I mean, if you see those thrillers, those B-grade ones without any stars, they all have similar posters. So it's absolutely unoriginal in that sense. I think the originality that they're looking at is actually coming from, I think, the fact that Katrina is the only one who's in sort of color, while the rest are a little bit.
they have, I think, another series of posters where they have only her in color and all the other faces in black and white. So yeah, they've tried to do that and make it stand out. But just let's take stock of this. Rajneeti means politics. The tagline is politics and beyond.
Right,
Well,
yeah.
a lot of effort has gone into that as
It
well.
could have been Raajneeti and beyond, perhaps.
Yeah, but
having-
no, it's just fine. Just explain.
But that's an
people.
old problem with all Bollywood films. I mean, they say something in Hindi and then straight away they say the same thing in English. Don't you see that all the time?
Which is just fantastic.
Tum
And
kahan the? Where were you?
and another very interesting thing is, okay, we know it's about the people and stuff like that, but why are people entering the crotches of our principal cast here, huge star cast? Why are the people vanishing into the crotches?
This is almost like a big Photoshop gaff. That's what this poster looks like. And
Yeah,
that's-
it's
it's
like-
a very tackily made poster if you look at it closely.
And Radbir is hanging on to something there so that not too many people can actually get in.
Yeah, because
So-
there's absolutely no sense of proportion either. I mean, what's with those loudspeakers? Yeah.
The bhopus.
Yeah, the
What's with the
bhopus?
bhopus? Okay, so that's the way to reach out to people, because you have the bhopus, and all that we do is scream on stage so that we can get our voices right across to the public. So that's what I think that tries to signify. But what's with so many bhopus in the background? I think there are
Which are
other
completely out of proportion to the rest of
politics has a lot more other things involved than just the bhopus, but I like the focus on the bhopus. And I mean, just I don't know what's happening in this poster. Actually, I'm really not able to understand. And okay, let's consider each one. Yeah, if you look at them individually, you
Yeah.
have Arjun Rampal. Okay, straight out of the Rock On look. Okay, he's been made to wear a dhoti kurta. Okay, and if you see, I think there was a still of Rock On also with his hand up the same way. Okay, wearing a bandana and like a t-shirt and jeans. So he's
Well, you
just
can
straight
hardly
out.
blame him considering he just won the national award. I think he wants to carry that look and feel about him
in every
in
film,
every film
yeah,
that he
every
does. So
film,
and that's
yeah.
Arjun Rampal for you. I
Yeah,
think that's
fine.
forgivable.
Nana Patekar is straight out of Shakti the Power, because that was his look in that film as well, and he's doing a namaste and looking somewhere else. Apparently, Ranbir is about to step out for a corporate lunch. Okay, and yeah, that's what he would actually
I think in the
wear
promo
for-
he is having a couple of lunches with Katrina at some point.
Yes,
or the other,
yes. So that's so
so
that's
that
what
explains
he's
the
doing,
look.
and yeah, and even the look is not saying too much. He's just standing there, and okay, we know you're
And
good looking.
again, he is actually looking into camera while the rest. Are
Yes,
not.
yes, we're gonna actually come to that because we have Ajay Devgan also doing a Namaste. Ajay Devgan actually in this poster is the only one who looks a little interesting in terms of the way his face is bent down and the way he's doing his Namaste.
I think it could be because his hands and nose are covering most of his face over here.
Okay, that helps him too there. And Manoj Bajpayee, this is his resurrection film. This is his comeback film. He's back in the reckoning with this film. And I think there has been a lot of effort put into the way he's trying to look and stuff like that. I think his performance is speaking just in the way he's standing there, trying to cover Mr. Shah there. He's just trying to shove him away with his elbow there, and that's what he's trying to say. He's trying to point out to Bajpayee and say, "No, man, you are a spent force. So just stay there, and I am still around, and I will always be around." And I think that's what he's doing. And of course, we have, and then I'm about to come to Katrina, who's probably the only standout thing, because of course being the only woman in the poster,
And she's standing out.
and she's actually standing out. And it's very interesting that they've tried to project the Sonia Gandhi image through her. And the way they've made her dress up, the way they've just done whatever, it just looks like she's trying to do the Sonia Gandhi thing, and it helps because even her Hindi is pretty close to the way Sonia Gandhi's Hindi is. Let's not forget the mic. There is a mic right in front of Katrina. I don't know where that mic is pointing actually, because Katrina's apparently going to talk through her left ear. Because the mic is just about
there
to
is
get,
a mic.
there is a
It's very
mic
hard to
with flowers
notice that,
on it.
yeah.
There's a mic. There
There's
is a mic
with flowers, yeah.
which is shoving itself into Katrina's left ear because
Again, these pictures have all been culled out of production stills. I mean,
yes,
that's
and
how it is.
absolutely. I don't think they even got a photo shoot for this. They just said, okay, we just need some work. We need some look tests
Yeah.
for the looks of the characters, and we just make a poster out of it. It reminds me of the Tashan poster, which just had the four of them walking, which was the teaser poster and eventually remained the final poster of the film as well.
The Russian poster was about, 1,200 times better than the film itself, actually.
Yeah, and it's
Which,
just, anyway.
Hopefully, it won't be the case with Raajneeti.
I'm sure, and no, but the thing here again to see is, why are three people in the Namaste pose and the others are not? Because it would have been interesting if everyone was just joining their hands with different expressions on their faces to try to signify what they are trying to represent. But that's not happening. Nana Patekar is looking somewhere else with his Namaste. Ajay Devgan is looking somewhere else, and Katrina is looking somewhere else. And Ranbir is the only one who's actually looking into the camera. I don't know if that is a symbolism of how he sees things straight the way they are, and all the others
Breaking
have a
the whole
skewed
third wall of cinema.
perception. And yeah, so I don't know what's happening there. And
And what about this font, this Raajneeti font? It reminds me a lot of, it's right out of that A is straight out of Star Trek, from what I can remember. And it's sort of like the whole Klingon feel it's got to it. I don't know, it's just, don't you think a little bit too futuristic in its outlook?
yeah, there should have been a rustic Raajneeti. Should have just been a rustic thing. They could have actually gone down the Kites route, because Kites was scribbled, I think, by Hrithik Roshan's son. So then they just stuck to that, the way they'd written Kites. And they could have gone to something really rustic when they wrote Raajneeti. But yeah, that's what they've done. I don't know. It's just it's a very shoddy poster, hastily done. Because they obviously know they have such a big film coming up and they have a huge star cast. So basically, we don't need to work hard on the poster.
Or
And
have a
they-
photo shoot.
Yeah, and they really haven't actually bothered to do that. But I don't know. I don't think it's going to take away from what the film's reception is going to be, because everyone is really curious about the film. And I think if you have the
But
stars,
hey, yeah, this is just the poster review, and so
yeah,
it's all
but
right.
just like I for a poster, I don't think this is a pretty lousy poster for such a big film, and it could have been a very classically done
okay.
poster.
So
but
to
just
wrap it up, a rating on 10?
rating on 10 would be 2. Yeah.
A 2.
Two and a half at best. So yeah, that's what you
Thank
get.
you for listening in.
And-
This was our very first poster review.
Yeah, Raajneeti, and 1 second, it's not in cinemas 28th May. It's in cinemas 4th of June 2010.
So we are not too late.
Yes, well done.